Hey everybody, Steve Mann here and Caitlin. What is this, the last day of July 2017? And I think I'm going to start making some more videos again here. Just talking to a lifter today just refreshes my memory of things that are pretty common to me, but not necessarily common to everyone. First time lifter lifting in this upcoming Lehigh Valley Championships. We have 10 spots left for September 10th in Allentown, Pennsylvania. You can get to the entries out on powerlifting.com. But the question came in on, what do I need to know? First contest, period. What do I need to know? That's a very big question. I point them to usapowerlifting.com, but I wanted to just not drop them off at a website to try to figure everything out themselves. He's got a coach, so that should help. But one of the things we went through, basics, USA Powerlifting basics, approved singlet, knee-high socks, wearing the right underwear. Just so you know, don't wear anything with legs on it. So they should be briefs only. And you need to wear a plain t-shirt or a USA Powerlifting event shirt. No knee wraps for Raw, knee sleeves without Velcro, belts, and I'm just being very generic here. I know you can get very nitty-gritty about the rules. You're talking to a first-time lifter. I'd rather not vomit, if you will, every nook and cranny of every item. This is a local event, so we're not going to be forcing the IPF credentials on SBD, Titan, and all that. And then we went through the basics. What does he need to bring? And driver's license and the USA Powerlifting card are the two credentials you need to bring with you to the event. Other than that, you're good. The basics of what we went through over the phone was, how do I know when I'm lifting? How do I know this? How do I know that? So I figured out, okay, he's a second session guy starting at 2 p.m. with a 12 o'clock weigh-in. I told him to be there at 11:45. Be there 15-20 minutes before your weigh-ins, especially if you're new to this. Be there earlier the better. So you can even watch the first session. Then told him he's going to weigh in. He's going to give his openers in kilograms. Okay? Now, I've seen it a few times in the last year or so running meets. Lifters come in and they put all their attempts on the scorecard when they weigh in. Or they're ready to. They're ready to give me all their attempts. First-time lifters, all you need to do is put your opening squat, bench, and deadlift. Now, great to have everything else written down. Even better is to have, okay, if I make it, if I feel good, this is the number I take. If I feel okay and not good, that's the number. If I feel great, this is the number I'll take. You should probably do that for each attempt, just so you have it on the books. Because when everything's going on in meet, no matter the speed or the meet, as a first-time person in the sport, things are going to be moving very fast and kind of being swirling around you. So anything you can prepare, which would be your attempt selection, the better. And that goes for the warm-ups too. If you have a normal warm-up scenario, try to figure out how long you take to warm up. You can weigh in, let's say the lifter's weighing in at noon, starting at 2. If it normally takes you 40 minutes before you get to your top sets, that means if you're starting at 2 and you're in the first flight, let's say you're in the A flight, then you would start warming up 40 minutes out. So at 1:20 for a 2 o'clock start warming up. If you need more time, add more time. Again, first time meet, always give yourself more time. It'll go faster than you think. And if you have a little extra time, that's way better than not having enough time. Okay, so here's something, we took it a step further. What are flights? Now, I tried to explain as quickly as I could and gave them some examples. So the example I gave is let's say your opening squat is 100 kilos. Let's say in your same flight A, and he was a 93 kilo guy. 93 kilo guy, flight A, because the second session starting at 93 kilos, so likelihood flight A will be the 93 kilo. And the second flight would likely be 105. Okay, so he's starting at 100 kilo squat. There's a couple people before him, one starting at 80 kilos, one starting at 90 kilos, and then a person after him at 140 kilos. Try to give an example to figure out how he's going to look at it, how he's going to process it as a first time. Now, this is definitely stuff that's very review for everyone else, or if you've gone through this before. So in my events, we'll usually have a TV or a monitor in the back with the flight order on it, along with as much posting as we can beforehand on the openers. The TV is the key, or the monitor is the key. So I told him, I said, the 80 kilo guy will go do his squat first, then the 90 kilo, and then he will be up with the 100 kilos. Very important, I told him. Go directly after doing the 100 kilos, good or bad, go directly to the score table and give your second attempt in that 1 minute time length. You have that 1 minute to turn it in, and if you have the numbers scripted out in advance, that'll help that process. Now, with a new guy and not knowing the way things go, I said, the guy who did 80 kilos, 90 kilos, and then your 100 kilos, that might change on the next round. You can't go by the order you had in the first round to be your order in the second round, because as soon as someone puts in the next attempt and people jump big or they stay at the same weight, the order changes. So let's say the guy who did 90 kilos jumps to 150 kilos, and you did 100 kilos and jumped to 125 kilos. So in the second attempts, you're going to be before that guy. It's going to resort every round. Every round you're going to get a resort on the attempts, and you need to keep that in mind. I've seen it more than one time where beginner lifters think the order of the competition that's set up on the first squat stays, because that's the order. We say, okay, this is the posted lifting order, and so they think Johnny, Fred, and then me. And they think Johnny, Fred, and then me is the order for all the attempts, or at least all the squat attempts. They learn very quickly it's not, hopefully not too quickly, that the order changes after every attempt. So I know this is a beginner review. This is something that everybody who's experienced some lifting before, maybe there's a couple nuggets of information that would help you. But I figured I'd post it out there. We got a lot of new people in the sport, and the more information we can post, the better. So good luck with your training. Again, check out purepowerlifting.com. We've got 3 contests for the rest of this year in multiple areas of Pennsylvania. We're going to Allentown, East Stroudsburg, and Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania in our next 3 events. People are getting in on these events early. We're going to have a full schedule of 2018. I plan to have 3 more events for early spring, even winter time, posted here in the next month. So keep your eyes open for that. And of course, we're holding the 2018 Pennsylvania State Championship. So all of that will be out on purepowerlifting.com. Everybody have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. You gonna say bye?
Bye. See you next time.
See you next time.